Hey, how's it going? It's John again, playing Immaculate Grid, coming to you live from a place that's not my man cave in Florida. Gonna play Immaculate Grid again, get the time version, go to the rated version. Try this just on my laptop. I don't have a whole lot of extra accoutrements here. It's a very amateur production, so you're getting what you paid for. Let's share the screen and let's get rolling. I guess I have to share the screen and we get the hopefully the that was the time version from yesterday. All right, hit refresh, hit and go, and away we go. All right, Juan Gonzalez hits these. Actually, he hits the other ones. So I'm gonna go with shoot. Now trying to game it. I shouldn't be doing that. Juan Gonzalez. Let's go with MVP Jeff Burrows. Manny Ramirez certainly did it. Let's see, 100 RBI from the Royals. Brett, George, and Henry Aaron. All right. Lofton seems like a safe pick. Willie Wilson seems like a safe pick. And Acuna seems like a safe pick. If I can find my mouse. And I'm in under a minute. All right. Got in under a minute, even with some stuttering. Went way too low on Jerry Brown. Wonder if I've come up with a better one. Burt Blyleven works. Yeah, because I didn't want to use Juan Gonzalez, who would have worked there, because I knew he'd work there. I think I've got other people for that. Burrows at 4%. And then I start really caking it on here with these guys. All right, cool. So I'm going to stop sharing. You can just see me in my dinky little hotel room here. It's actually a pretty big hotel room now that I think about it. And we'll share screen again. This time we'll share yesterday's Rarity round. Yeah, that's what it was. Hit refresh and away we go. All right. So who's going to be somewhat obscure for Cleveland driving in 100 runs? Um, let's see. Go all the way back. I think Tris Speaker probably did it. I know Lou Boudreau in his 1948 season definitely did it. Why don't we go with that? All right, 0.6. Decent start. 100 RBI from the Royals is not a huge crowd. I'm trying to think. Daryl Porter had a big year in 1979, and I want to say gets to 100, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Hal McRae and George Brett definitely works. I don't think Frank White's going to work. I'm not even sure about Balboni, who had the all-time record for home runs in a single season for a long time until Mike Moustakas and then Jorge Soler broke his record. He had the lowest team record for home runs for a while. His team record was 36. But I don't even know if he had 100 RBI that season. Tartable, whose name I'm hopefully saying right now, after much criticism, I think he'll work. Joe Rando works. Beltran works. Alex Gordon, I think, works. Let's see. Maybe we skip that. Let's see. 100 RBI. This is not a thing Rogers Hornsby works for. I think Joe Adcock will work. I think that's get the number 5 hitter on the Milwaukee Braves teams from the 50s. I think that'll be a good strategy. Okay, he takes 1. There might have been some better ones there. Oh, let's see. Otis Nixon will work here and here, and I'm thinking I'll use him here. He's less famous as a playing for Cleveland. Dean Palmer is a name I've used before. He's usually in the 2% range. I want to say Randa's surprisingly high for what not a power hitter he was. I think Salvador Perez is probably going to be the leader there. Um, there's a few different ways to approach that, and I don't know a whole lot of other people in the '70s besides Brett, McRae, and maybe Porter. I think McRae actually doesn't do it until like the '80s. Maybe Daryl Porter. I'm very unsure about that '79 season. It was a big year though. He was catching, had a 400 on base percentage. I think he had over 20 home runs. I'm just not sure on the 100 RBI. Let's go with Joe Randa. I think this is about a percent. Okay, it's under 1%. Good. Um, let's see. So John Burkett will work. Todd Zeile will not work. That's the one. Braves are the only NL East team that Todd Zeile does not work for. Um, let's see. Burkett, probably. I don't know. My pronunciations are always a subject on these things. Um, who else? Oh, okay. So well, Teixeira works. I don't want to do that though. And then all the people who were acquired for Teixeira were prospects who I don't think played any time in Atlanta. So I don't think that's a way we can go. We could sneak, you know who I haven't played him in a while. Let's sneak in there. Kenny Lofton. One season with the Braves, half a season with the Rangers. See how that does. 1%. Okay. There's probably better options. Um, and then for the Royals and the Rangers. Yeah, I struggle on that one. Other than Dean Palmer, that's the one I know. Oh, no, never mind. I almost conflated Rich Gossage and Gaylord Perry because they work for a surprising number of common teams. Uh, Perry works for the Royals and Gossage works uh, for the Rangers, but not the other way around. Um, okay. Let's see. 30 stolen bases in a season. I think Julio Franco will work for this one. He'll also work because he also works for Cleveland and Texas, as well as Atlanta and Texas. He might be spread a little thin, so let's see if he works here. Okay, he's less than 1%. And then going back on the Braves, let's say, does Ralph Garr work? The time period is right. I want to say he was in excess of 30 stolen bases. Henry Aaron works. He was a 30-30 guy, 40-30 guy. Um, I'm not sure if Grissom works. I don't know if he was still stealing bases when he was with Atlanta. I'm not sure if Andrew Jones ever did it. I'm very sure Chipper Jones never did it, although he was in the 20s in his MVP season. Um, Gant would work, Ron Gant. Um, because he was a 30-30 guy. Furcall will certainly work. I'm like pretty sure on Gar though. Okay, that wasn't that sneaky. It was only 3%. I think I'm gonna go Jose Offerman. I'm I'm decently confident here. He goes sub one. And then so can I come up with someone more rare than Dean Palmer, who I think is going to be in the 2% range because I think this has come up before. Um, let's see, just dancing around. I'm just going to use the 90s Royals just to keep this pretty quick. Oh, you know who work is Jim Sundberg. I think that might be around 2% as well. He was on the 85 Royals. Um, so maybe that's not the play. Maybe Dean Palmer would be better. Um, because if you're going around, I don't even know who's catching those days. I think Sweeney came up as a catcher and then was moved over. Um, those teams were so bad though. I'm trying to struggle even come up with people. I'll help Baroa later on, like 03. Yeah, let's just go with Dean Palmer. Let's keep it simple. 2%. Ready score of 7 and then 10. All right, I'll take it. 109 options. I really gotta find a better one. Um, 23% better than Merrifield. I didn't even think of him, but he was stealing a bunch of bases at one point. Oh, you know what I did? Shoot, I used the same player, didn't I? I didn't even realize that. I'm not supposed to do that. I used him in a different category, but I used Kenny Lofton up here on my timed round, and then I used him down here. Oops. Ought to be McDowell would have worked and probably works better. Ah well. Anyway, thanks a lot for playing. Um, be like this for next week and change or so. And you all have a great night. Peace.